Hey guys, welcome to the woods. Well, I toughed it out today. I brought my backpack with my little folding chair and my little mini tripod that holds my phone. It's not really, not ideal for these hillsides, so I had to rig up a few rocks. I want to sort of say, hey, proud of me, I'm proud of me. All right, and I gave you this nice view, which is really worth the price of admission. And you don't have me, holding the phone up, wiggling it around and shrinking up and, all right, so I had a bunch of stuff sort of floating around today. One thing is tricky day today. And tricky days are, like I would always say in my life, I'm either earning or I'm learning. And I've done a lot of things where I don't get rewarded for it. When you own your own business and you've basically been fending for yourself all your life, just scrapping it in the world, whatever you want to call that, entrepreneur, you definitely get a good sense of a positive mindset and thinking positive about what's coming your way and what you could attract to yourself or what you could make out of the soupy mix of things you have in your little world at that time in your life, and relationships and all that kind of stuff. What do I do with this stuff? And you know that when you lean a certain direction, as far as like I'm feeling good about things, I'm feeling like everything's going my way today, you have successful days. You're attracted then to people who are of the same vibration, or you bring, more importantly, you'll bring the right vibration out of the people, aka your coworkers, if that's the way your gig goes. That was usually for me. I had a team of people I worked with and I had customers, and my interaction with all of them was very much dependent on where I was leaning that day. I think everyone has that experience, I think. And when you're leaning the other way and things are feeling funky, it's best not to say anything to anybody, because you never really solve any problems. You're never inspired. You never have a real conclusion, a real something to give. When you're feeling a little funky, best to just go home. But you don't. You trudge through the day thinking the second half of the day might be better. And you got some little tricks that you kind of do that maybe pick up your day a little bit, Somebody says something funny, you feel better for a little bit. But you then go back to that sort of sense of how your day is. And that dichotomy of going either way is so critical to your pursuit of happiness, whatever that would be, that I think it's worth having somebody like myself mention. So here we go. So some of the broad stroke tips, I think. If you're leaning in a sort of funky direction, you can tell. I'm just like, a little grumpy today. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not feeling my joyous self that I'd been the other day. So by contrast, you figure out that you're in a little bit of a funky spot. So I think you should really be in the habit of doing this anyway, but I think everyone has some kind of little bit of a rescue plan at some point. It's just how bad do you want to get? How funky do you want your day to be? Before you sort of pull out your rescue plan, call mom. Everybody has something different. But a lot of times it is sort of reach out to other people, and then I'm going to talk funky and see if you can talk me out of it. It's like, can you give a little help to the universe around you and just realize that it's just your thinking, it's just your internal dialogue, and your internal dialogue goes negative, you lean that way. Your internal dialogue goes positive, you lean that way. You're in charge. And it's not rocket science. It's just you got to be sensitive. You got to slow down a little bit. You got to put something down. Get focused on your breath as often as you possibly can all day, no matter what you're doing. And just that, following the rhythm of your breath consciously, maybe for just a few. I think you ought to at least do the 5 to 6 of them per minute. I think a 1-minute timer on your phone pretty much should do it for you. 1 minute, it's like, where am I? I'm like at 18. Well, you can tell 30 seconds into it, you're not, I'm at 12 now. So you're gonna slow it down. It's a little trick for your mind to say, oh, it's time to dial it back. Relax all the cells in your body so that they can go back to what they're supposed to do, aka maintain base camp. So I just got a text come up on my phone, and sometimes I'll get a phone call. So I like to put it on airplane mode before these videos, but I didn't do it on this one. So let's keep our fingers crossed. It's gonna make me keep it short. But a little text can come in. It's just sort of annoying. There we go. Sorry about that. All right. You know, this, you know, technology in the jungle, you got to get what you get. So what was I going to say about this point of leaning? Which direction? You know which way you're leaning, and you know when you're feeling funky that everything funky is attracted to you. Here's some signs for you along the way that you know you're caught up in something. It's like when you're having sort of a funky day, next thing you know, you're having funky conversations with people. You're listening to that podcast or that YouTube channel that you don't always really like, but you know, and you're looser about your exercise program. You're looser about your diet. You're looser about your self-love dialogue, which is really the key that I'm talking about today. And you're looser on everything. It all goes. And your vibration falls down. And we all experience it, but nobody really talks about it. We don't really focus on how do I bring it up? How do I maintain it? How do I, you know, you can't shame yourself into saying, oh, I wish you had exercised today, and I wish you had done this. And now Dan's got 12 things you ought to do every time you're feeling down a little bit. Put one more thing on my list of things I'm not getting around to. That's the dialogue that I'm after. That's why I say it's not the doing part. It's that dialogue. Are you saying positive, loving, nice, kind things to yourself? Cutting yourself slack on down days? And just being aware and just observing what's going on around you? Not trying to sort of figure out, what do I have to do to fix this? I'm leaning this way. Now, what do I got to go do? Right there, you're done. Nothing. You don't have to go do anything. You have to just let go. And you pop back up and be like, all right. For a minute there, I thought I had to go do some things and talk to people and fix some things. And there's something that's making me feel funky, something I'm probably missing. I got my vortex, my collective consciousness connection of all eternal knowledge is telling me I got to watch out for something. So I got to go find out what that is that I'm supposed to be watching out for. No, that's not how it works. You don't get warned about things to watch out for. There's no assertion from the outside. There's no negativity coming at you. It's just, what TV station are you bringing into your TV, and what are you broadcasting? And you just look at what you're broadcasting, and that's what you're tuned to. If you're in the middle of a battle of some type, then that's the war station, and it's available. And it's all the same price, so it doesn't really matter. And ultimately, you're just bringing in a frequency and having an experience. Have at it. But if you want to have control of what your frequency is, and you got to be aware when you're feeling funky. And what are my tips? I like to listen to Abraham Hicks. I knew all the things she's saying before I discovered her, but I think she's got so much material, and it's on YouTube, and it's all free, and 1 million people are putting it into all kinds of boxes now. You can listen to her with music, you know, that kind of radiates your vibes. Definitely one thing coming your way is sound and light therapies are definitely coming our way. We're going to start tuning the vibration, not worrying so much about the physical. The physical is the after result of the vibration. Computers are seeing the vibration now. We can play with them. You know, technology comes faster and faster, right? So it's, you know, it's already basically here. Some people are afraid, oh, is that like artificial intelligence or something? No, you can get some feedback to know when you're leaning and what brings you back up, and how to stay positive in your sense of yourself. And when a whole bunch of people on the planet just feel positive about their sense of their well-being or their sense of their future coming their way, man, what a different planet we'd have. And so many little things that we'd like to fuss over would just solve themselves. It's the big, broad version of the simple thing I was saying at the beginning. When I'm feeling positive and up, like everything's going my way, I inspire the people around me. I have inspiring conversations. I'm brought to inspiring things. I have inspirational ideas, and I don't have any fear to act on them. It's all go, 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 bring, 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 when I'm in that positive vibration. When I'm feeling a little funky, I do funky things. I don't do any of the positives. You know, it's a slippery slope. You get worse and worse and worse. You just stop doing the things that you know help bring you out. And maybe I'll start writing. Maybe I'll get out in the woods. Maybe I'll start listening to Abraham Hicks over and over again, different ones. There's a million different ones. You never hear the same ones twice. You can look up by topic of something you're struggling with. I don't have any money. Someone doesn't love me. I'm no good. Bipolar, there's good stuff on that. She's got good stuff on, you name it, whatever your thing is. But if there's something, you know, like I don't really get hung up on money as a thing. Like young people, like, oh, if I had money, I'd be okay, you know. It's like, I've learned, money doesn't always solve it either. And I've had it and lost it all and had it and lost it all. So I just know it's part of the energy wave of being a human on planet Earth. But just learning to let go of it and just feel yourself going with the flow, that's another way you could just look at that term. But anyway, that's it. It's 10 minutes. I think that's a good amount of time to chew on that same little topic. But anyway, when it feels all funky and you can't figure out which side you're leaning on, just back away, take the helicopter view, and just realize I'm just an energy ball. I don't have to accomplish anything here today. I'm not here to have accomplishments or accomplish or fix anything. We're not here to live in utopia. We're here to experience this little tug of ease and discomfort, contrast we call it. We're in the land of contrast, distorted by time, the illusion of, the illusion of time and all that type of stuff. But it's the best game in town, so just have fun. All right, see you guys. Love you, and don't forget to throw love bombs and get out in the woods. It's beautiful. Thanks. See you guys.